Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, 48 hours ago, both LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith went viral when LeBron ran up on Stephen A. during the Lakers-Knicks game in Los Angeles. Now, as we look at the video, you can see that LeBron tells Stephen A. to keep his son out of his bleep. You know, I'm not going to say what the bleep word was, but you can clearly see that. Now, what surprised me about the situation was that it was the response that Stephen A. gave on his First Take show. So let's hear what he had to say, and then I'll come back and I'm going to give you my comments.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was a one-on-one, I wouldn't say a conversation, but it was a one-on-one confrontation. But then I wake up and everybody from ESPN and my agent and everybody else were sending me that this thing had gone viral. And so ultimately it was unavoidable, and that is why I have to discuss it now. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it. For the record, his agent and friend, Rich Paul, has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call. Had he wanted to see me, I would have flown out and I would have seen him and I would have had a conversation man to man. But that is not what he elected to do. Instead, he elected to confront me while I was sitting courtside. Ari Emanuel, the head of William Morris Endeavor, one of the agencies that represents me, along with Larry David, was sitting courtside. I was with them for the game. And he walked right up to me and he said what he had to say. And apparently he feels like I was slighting his son.
All right, so being a father, I understand where LeBron is coming from. You get tired of random people talking about you, let alone someone you love. All right, and in this case, he's tired of someone talking about his son. I get it. However, Stephen A., he has a job to do. And first of all, shout out to the man. I think he secured a $100 million contract with ESPN. So congratulations to him. But he didn't start making the big money being nice. You see, the Stephen A. that I know gets on everybody. And I remember when he was on a come up and his favorite target was Kwame Brown. And he talked down on Kwame all the time. And it was to the point where it seemed like it was personal. You see, Mr. Brown, he came to the NBA straight out of high school as an 18-year-old, the first pick in the draft, and he was drafted by the Washington Wizards, and Michael Jordan was running the show, right? Now, you don't think an 18-year-old isn't intimidated by that? You're the first pick in the draft. You're getting drafted by Michael Jordan, and you're expected to come in and contribute at a high level right away. Now, it seems like Stephen A should have been able to understand that situation. And I'm sure he did. Except he decided to continue to pile on because, in his mind, it was entertainment. And it entertained others. It bought ratings. And Stephen A was going to milk it as long as he could. So we flashed forward to 2025, and I'm hearing all this kumbaya crap. That's his son, and it's a father. He was being a father and not an NBA player. Look, LeBron knew what he was getting his son into. So, this is what we're doing now. What, Stephen A's going to pick and choose who he's going to be critical to now? And if you remember what Stephen A said about Bronny after the game, I believe it was the Toronto game where he didn't score any points. He was getting more on LeBron, not Bronny. And this makes me have another thought. Is LeBron going to fight all of Bronny's battles? I mean, it's the NBA. This is professional sports. Bronny is a professional. And people are going to talk about him, good or bad. And I'm sure Bronny's a good kid. Man, he seems like a guy who's positive and a person who's going to work and he's going to develop into a good ball player. But you're going to get people who will root for him, and you're going to get people who are going to root against him. It's just the way life is. And if I'm Bronny, I'm saying, I'm going to LeBron, I'm saying, Dad, look, I got this. You don't need to speak for me. Because when LeBron speaks for Bronny, it makes Bronny look a certain way, right? And it's not helping Bronny at all. So getting back to Stephen A, man, you need to bring the heat on everybody, just like you've been doing all of these years. You didn't get into the position you are in now being soft. So don't go soft on us now. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Gerald Khalil. I'll see you in the next one.